Hey guys, so Lord here, back in with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Masterverse new Eternia Kobra, brought to us by the fine folks over at Mattel. And no, you don't want to get this guy mixed up with Kubla Kraus from Rankin Bass's Jack Frost. Kubla Kraus! Kubla! Don't ask, just don't. Roll with it and laugh if you think it's funny. Moving on from that, before we get too far ahead of ourselves with more obscure film references, or I guess direct to VHS and DVD references, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look, see it all has to offer in terms of accessories. Starting off with a pair of claw hands. So I lied, Tila is not the only one that comes with alt hands, but she's the only one that come with like alt hands that are her hands. This guy comes with straight up different looking hands. And well, the grip might be a little better, and the pegs a little bigger for the arms. I'm not going to use those, but they are a nice inclusion. We also get his blaster pistol with this little where'd it go? There it is. There it is. Blast effect. I guess you can put it in either way, but that's not what I was going for. But you can put that in there, or open up his mouth. There's a hole in the roof of his mouth. You can also put it in there. At least I thought you could. Can you not? There you go. That's a little better. It's a little tighter in his mouth, so maybe that sounded wrong. It fits better in his... It works better up here, alright? That's what she said. Yeah, I beat you to the comments on that one, you freaking pigs. Either way, he also has his club right here. Probably the same as Clawful, although it feels a little bigger, so maybe I'll give this to Clawful and give him the other one. I don't know. Feels a little more substantial. Let's actually test something here. I'm going to give this a Clawful. How well does it fit in the Clawful hand? I mean, it's not tight, but it's not loose either, so... That's what she said also. God, I'm just full of them today. I'm just full of them today, Lottie. That said, we also get a swappable Snake Man insignia for his chest, and hood for his head. And I'll show you how to swap those in a jiffy, because taking a closer look at him, he looks pretty cool. He's the first Snake Man in the line, and hopefully we get some more. I heard this line is coming to an end, which would suck because this line is awesome and I like reviewing them, but you know, all good things must come to an end eventually. When his origin's coming to an end, you might ask? Don't ask me. I don't know. When we're all dead and buried alive by pounds of molten magma from the pits of hell. That got dark, but on to articulation. His head will look up and down a little bit. Rotate side to side. Wow, you can't really rotate him. That's interesting. He's got a little bit of tilt. Of course, a hinged jaw, which is pretty cool. I will say they made him not look like a sex doll this time around, so that's cool. And as far as the thing on the back of his head, you just pull that off. And you pop this one in. I would almost recommend, if you're going to keep the hood on, just glue it, because it does pop off a little easier than that plate does. Probably because it hits on more stuff. It hits on more stuff. His shoulders will move up about that far. They are also supposed to move back down, but that might be difficult. His shoulders are rotating back and forth. He's got a bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, which I had to heat up on mine. This one is pretty easy to move now. His wrists will hinge and swivel. The wrong way for holding weapons, but what are you going to do? I will say this arm, it does bend, but it is kind of a, well, it was kind of a miff earlier, but now it seems to be nice and tight, so I guess I'm full of shit. Cool, thanks, man. Fucking jerk. As far as his torso goes, you can lean this far forward, pretty good. This far back, pretty good. You can also rotate up here. He's got some tilt side to side. Is his leg like sticking down? No, it's not. And then as far as this thing goes, you just kind of get under there with your nail and try to force it out. There you go. Take that out. Put this one in. I'm probably going to keep him like this for now. Hopefully we get more snake men, like I said, but at any rate. His waist does twist, but his belt twists too. I guess his belt was stuck to his torso. Okay. That's why that wasn't moving. Well, that explains a lot. Okay, here I thought his waist was just limited because this was hiking over it. It's not. I'm just a bitch and didn't move his joint. His hips will drop down, even though I don't like those. And then they will kick out to the side. Back it down. They will kick forward and back, but holy crap is it tight. No loose leg syndrome on this guy, at least not up here. Like, even this one, it's like twisting on that a little bit. Might need to hit that with a little bit of heat. Get it moving a little better. But it does work, I assure you. It's just tighter than usual. It's got a thigh cut, double jointed knee. I did have to heat up this knee a little bit just to make it easier to move. His calf cut on mine anyways, a little loose on both sides, but it's whatever. And then his foot will move back and forth and tilt. And he's got the peg holes at the bottom of the feet. But yeah, this hip in particular is tough to move back and forth, but I'd rather it be tight than loose. Nah, I don't need to do anything with that. I'll just leave it. But that is Kobra in a nutshell. Cool figure. I dig him. Is he my favorite of the wave? Surprisingly, no. I went into this thinking he would be, but somebody edged him out. He might have edged out Ninjor too, but we'll talk about him more tomorrow. For now, why don't we give him his gun and his club? Put this in here. Put this in here. There we go. Do that. Do that. Yeah, that club is like too big for him. I might just give that to Clawful. But, Clawful! But straightening him out here. We're off to the races. I like him with the hood. I don't know, that's the 2000X thing, but I'm a 2000X kid, so suck it. With that being said, I can get him straightened out here. Close enough. Why don't we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here's good old Kobra alongside the other figures available in this current wave of Masterverse. We have the new Etheria, not Eternia, Hordak, the ruthless leader of the evil Horde. Is that enough R-rolling for you? But then we also have Tila, who we took a look at yesterday, as well as the deluxe Mossman that was a Mattel Creations exclusive. So please check those reviews out if you haven't already. Would really appreciate it if you did. But as I mentioned in the Tila video, Kobra scales quite nicely with these two. And all three of these are different body blocks. They're not reusing a lot of parts there. So that's pretty cool. Getting these two out of the way. Make way for our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith. Right here. And the infamous Elephant Spawn, who is probably about neck and neck with old Kobra. No, he's a little bigger. Just a little bit, though. That's what she said. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from the elbows being a little tight on my figure and the calf swivel being a little loose on my figure, I have to say that if good old Kobra Khan here is any indicator of how the rest of the Snake Men are going to turn out in this line, then I think we're in for a treat. Ah, see what I did there? That said, let's hope at the end of the day it's not a trick and we don't get any more Snake Men, because, well, you put the freaking logo on his chest, follow through with it, man. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, catch you guys later.